Hello everyone, welcome back to Boone Builds, where my goal is to inspire creativity among the LEGO fan community. LEGO Masters was on Wednesday night on Fox at 8 Central. This was episode 2, and I am back here to answer some more questions that I've received about that episode. I'm going to answer as many as I can. If you have your own questions, feel free to put them in the comments of this video, and I will do the best I can to answer them in future videos. Let's dive right in. Rebecca M says, how excited was Jordy to have her picture on TV and then to have part of your build named after her? Yeah, she was super excited. She actually hasn't been able to watch the full episode yet as of the taping of these Q&A. She doesn't stay up that late, but we played for her before she went to school this morning the little clip where we explain what we're going to build and that there's going to be a unicorn spaceship and that she was the inspiration for that. And we named one of our characters after her. We named the other character Tyler. Mark and I each have a very close friend named Tyler, so that was an easy name to go after. It occurred to us later that there's also a LEGO Masters contestant named Tyler. Our minifigure was not named after him. Thank you for asking. Jordy was very, very excited. We look forward to watching the whole episode with her and Charlie. Tricky Bricks says, were you always so awesome or did you have to practice? I don't know what you mean by that. Was I always so awesome? Like, I had to really, do you mean like in front of the camera or do you mean like in life? You know, I have had some people in my life that have been incredible role models and incredible encouragements, and so they helped me become an adult that I hope I carry myself with a certain amount of confidence. I hope that I instill in other people, a certain amount of love and passion for life and the things they do. If that's what you mean by so awesome, then yeah, it's just been years and years of living life intentionally in that way. As far as in front of the camera, that took a lot of practice. Yes, when I started making YouTube videos, I couldn't just talk in front of the camera like this. So, it took a lot of effort of thinking about who is watching these videos, and I think about them. I think about you, and I think about my kids, and I think about my friends that might be watching this, and the people all over the world that I may never get the chance to meet, and that helps me, and yes, of course, a lot of practice of looking right here at this thing, and just talking and trying to be natural, and hopefully the more natural that I feel, the more natural it comes across. And I take your question as an incredible compliment. Hopefully I can live in a way that lives up to your compliment there. Thank you. JM Clam says, did you get to decide how the explosives were placed in the model? Was it difficult to build around those? How did you know how big the explosion was going to be? We did not know how big the explosions were going to be. We had to do our best to build models that explosives could go inside, and professional pyrotechnicians handled the rest. Thanks for your question. Lion Design says, did anyone do a Joey Whoa impersonation to Mayim? Not that I know of. I know a few people were able to, you saw on camera, a few people were able to have one-on-one conversations with Mayim. And I don't know that anyone tried to make any inside, Mayim Bialik, past roles, inside jokes. But that would have been funny. Forlorn Empire, did they try and film the explosion from the perspective of the brick-built TV? I know that there was, you saw in the episode, a bit of perspective of what those minifigures might see through that TV. So we all got to see that in the episode. Beyond that, I can't speak to what they did or did not try. I know that, if I'm speculating about that, they're going to have to want to, or I should say it this way, if it were me and I'm blowing up a build and I want to get a camera lens that close to the build that's gonna get exploded, it would have to be a camera that I didn't mind disposing of. To my knowledge, I don't know that happened, and we didn't see that footage, so I think the evidence is no, they didn't try. Again, I don't know the ins and outs of that. Let's see, we've got Sasha D. Unfortunately, we can't watch in Germany. Do you rock it? Do we rock the episode? We were very pleased with our build. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about what we built. I think the concept of the spaceship and the robot on the planet, which is all really part of a minifigure video game, that seemed very different to what all of the other teams built. So we were very pleased with that. Lige A says, wanted to see more of your build. Did you get to take pictures? We did not take pictures, but the official LEGO Masters Fox Instagram account has shared some wonderful pictures, and I'll share the links to that in the description of this video. Thanks, Lige. Josh S says, what was used to blow up the sets that got the Big Bang option? Did you get to decide where to put the explosives? How much information did you get on how they work? I've already touched on this a little bit. The explosives were all handled by professionals. We just had to, make space in our builds where we wanted those explosives to be placed. Hopefully that answers your question. Brett H said, how did Jordy react to your mock? Did she enjoy it? Absolutely, she loved it. I can't wait to show her the higher resolution images that LEGO Masters has shared online with her when she gets home. Joel G says, did you notice the drama happening on set during the challenge, or did you get so wrapped up in your build that you didn't notice? We would sometimes be aware of what was going on with other teams in the room, but for the most part, that clock is running and we have to be incredibly focused on what we're doing. So I'd say we were aware, but we weren't like acutely aware or focused on it, if that answers your question. Thanks for asking. Stuart S says, were you expecting a different bottom two teams than the ones chosen? I was truly surprised that Aaron and Christian were not in the bottom two with Sam and Jessica, and therefore extremely surprised that Jesse and Kara were eliminated. Were we expecting a different bottom two teams? I think that you could see on our faces in the episode that we were all not as impressed with the explosion of Aaron and Christian's build as perhaps Aaron and Christian were at the time of the explosion. But they had a very impressive looking build, and so I think that helped in their favor. If you think back to episode 1, our roller coaster lift didn't function when it was time to present to the judges, but they, we didn't end up in the bottom two, and I think it was because the rest of our build, sort of spoke for itself and was of a quality that, helped us and helped our situation. And I think that's what happened with Aaron and Christian. I think that we're able to present something that looked visually interesting and well done. And so in the end, I think it's just balancing out all the factors. So we weren't, I wouldn't say we were surprised, nor would we have been surprised if it had gone any other direction, but we were certainly sad to see Kara and Jesse go. Kayla S says, did you know or had you heard of any of the other contestants prior to the show through the AFOL community? I knew Sam. We met once in person last year. And I knew of Tyler and Aaron's work online. I had never known of them as individuals, but I had seen the stuff that they had built online. And so when I met them, and I take that back, Flynn and Richard go into that camp too. I did not know them, but I recognized their builds from just the online AFOL community. So it was fun to get to meet those people face to face. Hopefully that answers your question, Kayla. Bailey E says, is Will Arnett as cool in real life as he is every time I see him on anything? He looks helpful. Arrested Development is one of the funniest shows ever. Plus, he sure knows how to work in front of a camera. Will is amazing and hilarious, and I would certainly say he seems as cool to me in real life as he does as the characters that he portrays. Thanks, Bailey. Sharon S. I'm curious about the internal dynamics between the team members. Is one person designated as the leader in each team, or are the two people equal partners? Does it vary by team? We don't really know how other teams handled that. In challenges 1 and 2, we may have been able to look around the room and make some speculations about who was like guiding the design process. But for our experience, I'd say that we knew between Mark and I who could handle what. And so we always did our planning together, and thinking about challenge 1 and challenge 2, I'd say that like we just sort of leaned on each other, and we would each come up with some ideas during our planning phase, and I wouldn't say one of us was like the leader and the other was like the assistant. It's really more of like we each knew when to rely on each other's strengths at different times. Hopefully that answers your question about that. Kenny C says, do you and Mark attend any local Lugg meetups? Yes, we do, as often as we can. Unfortunately, I don't make it to Lugg meetings every month here in Portland, but we were just at, last month we were at the January meeting. I missed the February meeting. That's kind of how it goes for me. It just depends on what's going on with my family calendar, but we certainly get to a number of them each year, and we always go to Bricks Cascade. We are always at Rose City Comic Con, so if you're at any of those events, hopefully we will see you soon. Planet Funhouse says, have you ever thought you would appear in a Super Bowl commercial, let alone be on primetime TV show? The thing about the primetime TV show, I will say I have been interested in like reality TV for quite some time, and I've had 2 shows that I really wanted to. I'll just go all the way back to American Idol. I really wanted to audition for American Idol for a lot of years, and I never did. I never actually went out to an audition. I was very interested in applying for a show called King of the Nerds on TBS a number of years ago, and I was surprised to see a friend of mine from high school, Kayla, was in season 2, and she actually won season 2 of King of the Nerds. So it's been fun over the years to kind of talk to her about the behind the scenes stuff of reality TV. I applied a few years ago for a show called Making It. Is that what it ended up being called? Yeah. It was called Making It, and it's Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman, and I auditioned for that show, and they asked me for some pictures and stuff, but I didn't get far in the audition process for Making It. But what I realized when I was auditioning for Making It was that I had so many Lego builds that I wanted to submit as projects for my portfolio for Making It, and I thought, oh man, if only there was a Lego reality TV show. So then when Lego Masters came up, I knew I had to apply. So the rest, as they say, is history. Thank you so much, Planet Funhouse, and everyone else who asked questions. Again, feel free to ask your questions in the comments below. If you want to see more of my Lego-related videos, please subscribe to Boone Builds. And until next time, thanks for watching.